Hello. As we approach the end of the year, our team wants to share some highlights, reflections, and what is ahead at IFIP. 2023 has been a pivotal year for IFIP. We welcome you at the beginning of the year at the Global Conference in Mérida, where we shared the adoption of a new mission, vision, and strategy, and also share our commitment to evolve as an organization to better support our mission. To fulfill our vision of thriving Indigenous peoples worldwide, the scope of our work has grown and evolved across the spectrum of advocacy, learning opportunities, geographies, influencing, and more recently, to managing funds. Through our programs, we have emphasized multiple approaches in funding Indigenous peoples' organizations and the movement on a number of thematic areas, while prioritizing across our work Indigenous women's leadership and highlighting the climate and biodiversity crisis facing us. We also unveiled the new 5 R's of Indigenous philanthropy, and we're thrilled to see how quickly you have embraced redistribution as the 5th R. We call on redistribution that focuses on direct funding to Indigenous organizations for a just and equitable world. IFIP's programs have motivated and inspired many of you to continue discussions and to collaborate to expand your funding to Indigenous organizations.
Hello, everyone. IFIP achieved substantial growth in its global outreach and thematic focus in 2023. The Indigenous Women and the Indigenous Territories Working Groups continue to strengthen thematic initiatives by creating collaborative spaces for peer learning, raising critical awareness, and expanding coordination among IFIP members. This year's global conference in Mérida, Mexico, offered a vital platform for direct dialogue between Indigenous peoples and philanthropic communities in addressing the funding gaps. The conference emphasized the need of centering Indigenous communities while fostering trust-based philanthropy. Furthermore, the regional dialogues convened in Australia in 2022 and in Asia in 2023 culminated in the inception of both the Australia and Asia working groups. This signifies IFIP's commitment to amplify regional context, voices, and priorities onto a global platform. IFIP remains strategically focused on nurturing Indigenous leadership and engagement with intersectional groups advocating for equitable and direct funding to advance Indigenous rights and self-determination. We express our sincere gratitude to all IFIP members for your incredible support, solidarity, and collaboration in advancing Indigenous people's rights. And we invite you to continue engaging and contributing across our diverse program areas. Thank you.
IFIP's commitment to climate change and Indigenous leadership is evident through our events this year. We have held side events, panels, and webinars focusing on the impact of climate change on Indigenous people's lives and territories. These engagements have facilitated collaboration, knowledge sharing, and the development of sustainable solutions with Indigenous leaders and experts around the globe. Also, IFIP initiatives aim to empower Indigenous women by fostering collaboration, advocating for the rights, and amplifying their voices within their communities and globally. This year, we have also embarked on a global landscape analysis from 2016 to 2020 on funding for Indigenous peoples, research that expands funder engagement, fosters collaboration, and advances critical Indigenous issues. Thank you very much for supporting us in our work and dedication to amplifying Indigenous voices and fostering self-determination.
IFIP is the only global philanthropic network focused on Indigenous peoples worldwide that promotes thought and strategic collaboration between the funding community and Indigenous peoples. We seek to uplift and amplify Indigenous leadership and advocate for direct funding to Indigenous initiatives, Indigenous rights, and self-determination to ensure that our community, the philanthropic ecosystem, and the Indigenous peoples movement continues to elevate Indigenous philanthropy through learning, knowledge generation, and sharing, IFIP has been working on a communication strategy that we hope will not only increase our visibility, but will increase our engagement and improve communications with our community. We have also been working on the IFIP brand and our website, and we are excited to share that we are building a knowledge sharing platform that will keep you informed on IFIP's work and will also empower you, our members, to share, create, and connect. IFIP has also grown in terms of membership, and we have seen our community expand and come together during the different events that we have hosted and participated in. Thank you to all of you who have shared your work with us and have also shared our work and referred us to your networks. We welcome foundations, Indigenous-led funds, and individuals to join our membership and to work together with us to fulfill our mission and vision in support of self-determination and Indigenous people's rights.
I'm Jasmine Rodriguez, and I joined IFIP in October as the new Director of Operations and Finance. I'm thrilled to be part of a growing organization that's planning to expand its staff and operations over the next 5 years. In the coming months, we are very excited to implement our new strategy that includes growing our capacity to manage funds, expanding in Australia, and increasing our support to Indigenous women. As we approach the end of the year, we want to thank all of our members and donors for their engagement and support. Our fiscal year ended on June 30th, and our end-of-year financials show a strong foundation for IFIP's organizational growth, thanks to our expanding membership base and new grants from our very generous foundation partners. We would be honored if you would consider an end-of-year donation to IFIP to support our programs and grant making in the coming year. You can donate by visiting internationalfunders.org/donate. Thank you for your support. We couldn't do this work without you.
Looking ahead, IFIP is focused on shifting power, mobilizing resources, expanding partnerships in our role to influence the philanthropic sector in a number of ways. We have participated in many conferences, dialogues, and meetings this year, always looking to guide and to influence on how funders can start, continue, and grow direct funding to Indigenous peoples. Overall, the feedback we are receiving from you, our members, and from Indigenous partners has been very positive. At IFIP, we have big dreams. One of them is the Indigenous-led Funds Global Alliance that launched after a 3-year bottom-up process led, guided, and with Indigenous-led funds. IFIP has supported and raised the visibility of Indigenous-led funds across philanthropy because of the critical role they play in decolonizing philanthropy. And it speaks directly to our 5th R on redistribution. We invite you to keep us in your close circle of friends so that together we work towards Indigenous people's rights, self-determination, and to expand direct funding to Indigenous organizations worldwide. We will call on your support to bring much needed change in the philanthropic sector. Thank you for your solidarity, friendship, and for your trust.